What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video, and in today's video, the Trust Master Mixer coin system is here. I'm going to show you guys exactly how many coins I got. I know you guys out there beat me, and then I'm going to show you guys what I'm spending them on, exactly how the shop works, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys where you go to get into the shop and start taking your units and fusing them in and making them into trust coins. So we're going to go ahead and head down to shop down here. That's going to be where we want to go. We're going to go down to unit exchange, trade units for trust coins, okay? The other one is item exchange. That's where you're going to actually trade in your coins for the goodies that are in there. We'll talk about that, excuse me, at the end of the video, okay? So we're going to go ahead and hit unit exchange. And you're going to have all this stuff show up here. But first, I want to show you guys what I do to filter when it comes to being in the shop. So I go by trust value. That way it's always 100%, and I can just see them all there. That's what I click on. If I go to filter, I'm going to go with 3- and 4-star base units, or at least 3- or 4-star units in the game. They don't have the base search here yet. If you look above me in this shop, you have 3-star are worth 100 coins, 4 stars are worth 200 coins, and 5 stars are worth a whopping 500 coins. These are base rarities. It doesn't matter if you take a 3-star, make them into a 5-star, it's still only going to be worth the 3-star amount because it was a 3-star base. When it comes to 5 stars, guys, I'm not really trading any of them in. At least for now. The reason being is that I want to make 7 stars. I want to get 50% trust moogles when I fuse for an STMR. I want to get STMRs in the future. So I'm going to hold off on those until I have as many STMRs as I think I need. And then maybe I'll go in and I'll start maybe trading them in later on, build them up, and get those 500 crispy trust coins there. I think I have a ton of Fravia, a ton of Olive. So eventually when I get enough of their STMRs that I think I need, which is probably 2 or 3, maybe I'll build them up and then trade them in that way. But other than that, I'm going to be keeping a hold of my 5 stars for now. Scrolling on down, I go down to Trust Mastery and I click Max. That way, you can only trade in Max Trust Mastery anyway. It must be 100%. So that way, I go ahead and filter in all the, filter out all the non-Max Trust Masteries. And then I'll leave everything blank and I hit Confirm. First thing you're going to look at here is you have your list. I've already traded all my in. You can see my tiny little baby number there compared to a lot of you guys out there. Listen, I stopped Trust Mastery macro farming a long time ago. Probably like a year and a half ago. Stop judging me, alright, YouTube? I know you got more than me. But, you know, we did our best. I know a lot of you guys out there don't have that much. But there's some people out there that are big boys. They've already sent me images. Check out my 35,000 I got. Check out my I haven't seen 50,000, but I'm sure Dyer will hit that number or even more probably. But okay, let's go to exchanging. You cannot exchange units that are locked. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to exchange this Ruby Conte. We're going to unlock him here and get him to where we can exchange him. You also cannot exchange units that came to you free. So they had to come from the rare summon to be able to exchange them. So units that came from the raid free, that came from the friend summon, you're not going to be able to trade them in. For example, a big one right here is going to be the Remy, who came from the Star Ocean raid, because everybody's doing that right now. They probably have a million of them. They're like, why can't I trade this in? It's broken, it's a bug. Nah, they don't want you to do that. You're not getting trust coins from that. You have to get them from units you've actually summoned in the rare summon, not the ones they gave you from like raid summon. So sadly, missing out on that a little bit, but after that, we're going to go ahead and click on our Ruby Conte, and you guys are going to click on everybody you want to trade in. Remember, there are going to be 3- and 4-star maximum. You have to take a 3- or 4-star base dungeons in the future. JP is just getting that now, so it'll be a while for us, but really think about who you want to take on your teams, who you think is really good. Keep those. Don't trade them off. Another great thing to be thinking about is future rerun or future King Mog events, guys. You're going to have to have some units. So there are some Final Fantasy VI units you want to keep a hold of. There's going to be future Final Fantasy VI King Mog events, Final Fantasy VII King Mog events like Kate, Sith, and Barrett. You want to keep a hold of those. They're going to be useful in the future. So, you know, think about it. Don't rush in here clicking everything all willy-nilly because you're so excited. I did that, and then I was like, wait a minute. And I started unclicking units because I didn't want to get rid of them, so be careful. After that, we're going to go ahead and click that. You can see that it shows you a received total at the bottom. I'm going to click Convert. And guys, I've actually been asked this question. You are getting rid of a unit. FFBE will eat your unit and spit out trust coins, okay? It's not going to just be like, oh, I acknowledge that you have this. Here are your trust coins. No, it will delete the unit. So be careful. Again, this is final. You're not getting it back. So just be aware of what you're doing. So we're going to get yes, and go ahead and get rid of that guy, and we're going to get our 200 trust coins, putting us up to a total of 22,700. Stop laughing at me, YouTube. Then we're going to go ahead and hit back, and now we're going to go in and discuss what exactly items are in the shop, what they mean, and what I'm going to be spending them on, and what I think you guys should be. So the first one up here is the Prism Moogle, and we're going to read its description. Prism Moogle that can be fused with a 3-star Trust Master specific Moogle to obtain said specific Trust Master reward when its value reaches 100%. Essentially, this is a blank canvas. It's a Prism Moogle that you could put any 3-star specific Moogle into, and then it becomes a Prism Moogle for that TMR. From there, you just have to get it up to 100%, and it will spit out the TMR that it's specific to. So I know you guys have some. You've gotten some from events, some raids. For example, we have the Star Ocean event going on right now. You know how you get Moogles that say Farewell from like Fate's TMR? If you fuse that Farewell into this Prism Moogle, boom, it becomes a Farewell Prism Moogle, and you're able to obtain that TMR. Same goes for any of those 3-star specifics we got from summoning or from events. That can all work on this Prism Moogle. However, at 10,000 trust coins, which it is the same as it was in JP, it is not worth it in my opinion. A TMR, there's going to be things that obviously outdate those. And it's only one TMR. 10,000 is a lot to pay. Power creep. I'm never going to buy the Prism Moogle. It's just not worth it. I think it is not for me. For you guys, hey, buy what you want, have fun, do what you think your account needs, and just enjoy the game. But for me, I'm never going to buy that, okay? Next up is the 5-star Select Summon Ticket, and we all know and love these. These are the most powerful item in the game, in my opinion. You can choose any unit in the game you want once you get up to 10 to be able to summon it up and pick whatever unit you want. You get a 5-star base of that. Here you can see you have 5 that you can buy, and they cost 5,000 though. So for me, I could only buy 4, which doesn't get me a summon. However, these tickets do start to add up with all the other free tickets we get, and it can eventually become an Axstar, it become an Orin like we have this week. It can become any of those high tier, top tier units that you need. So I wouldn't be too upset, and I may be spending them on these UOC tickets because again, I am very much in love with them. So that's okay. Next up, we have the 5-star guaranteed ticket, and I think this is a huge bait. You can summon what you want to, but this 5-star guaranteed ticket is handed out almost monthly at this point. It's going to be in every King Mog event that we have from now on, and just to update you guys, they did update the news on that. It's going to be different than JP. Global is just going to have this 5-star guaranteed ticket into the King Mog shop for 70,000 currency. So they're making it simple. You earn 70,000 currency, you can trade it in and buy the 5-star Select Summon ticket, or excuse me, the 5-star guaranteed ticket, and you're going to need 150k for the Select Summon ticket. So it's going to be a lot of grinding, but at least you guys can obtain it. And if you guys get lucky enough to get some King Mog units, you can obtain it quick. So that's pretty nice. But overall, I don't think in the Trust Master Coin section, you should be spending 5k on this bad boy. However, do what you want. Hopefully you get something you would like. But again, there are no raid ups, tons of 5-star bases. Could end up with that Delita you don't need or that 6th ace. You never know what you're going to get, so be careful. Next up, we have the King Burst pots, or any of the King pots. I think these are viable options. They're very, I consider them rare, a lot of these pots. You can't just go out there and farm them willy-nilly and get however many you want. And they just cost you 1 4-star base being all the way Trust Mastered up. So let's say you really need that last little bit of magic to make your Sophia really strong. There's not an event in the future. There's always raid events you can get them from. But hey, you want it right now? I don't mind this. It makes your units 100% better forever. And for 200, I can see spending it every now and then. I wouldn't splurge on it. Don't go nuts. But every now and then, if you really just want to have fun, spend it. Hey, I'm not going to judge it. It's all right. Moving on down, we do have Gil Snapper Towers and King Mini Metal Mini-Toirs. Don't spend your coins on these. You literally have vortexes where you can farm to get Gil, which is actually at a better rate than the Gil Snapper Cave, and then experience as well. You can do that daily. You do not need to be spending your hard-earned trust coins on these things, so don't do it. And then finally, we have one last thing we need to talk about here, and that is the thing that's missing from the shop they said that will be coming soon, and those are the limited time prisms. Essentially what they are is, you know, when you go to make a 7-star, you have to convert one of your 5-star base into a prism. Then you take that prism and fuse it into a 6-star base, along with 3 million gil, and out pops a 7-star. Well, in the JP version, and soon coming to global, soon, they did say it's coming, they confirmed it in a Facebook post, we will have some of those limited time prisms in here for you to purchase. We do not know what collabs they're going to do. In JP, they've had 4 in the whole time this shop's been there, so it does take a while. They've had Dragon Quest, some collab we didn't get. Valkyrie profile, and Xenogears has been put in there so far, okay? So for us, we don't know. We have holiday events, we've had Deus Ex, we've had all kinds of different stuff. We don't know what's going to be going in here, but we do know some criteria when it comes to collabs. At least we can go by what JP standards are. One, a collab is not viable to be put into the shop, because it hasn't been done yet, unless it is at least 6 months out. So essentially, none of ours are 6 months out. The reason being is they base that off of when they've turned the units into 7-star and when the last banner was. So even if we go all the way back to Deus Ex, I think we're a month or so away from that being able to be put in here. And then Dragon Quest is 2 months from being able to put in here. So we'll see what happens. I don't think it really... I think it's more so they want people to feel like they're not getting screwed over and that the units aren't really limited time. And also, they're trying to min-max their profits, right? That's the big thing about it. But I know people, when they see limited time and then immediately they come back, I can see people getting a little bit burned by that. And then again, min-maxing profits is a way. So really think about that. Try to use your knowledge of JP to know what's going to be in here. In JP, they cost 5,000. We'll see what they cost in Global. Hopefully, they cost the same. JP didn't have this 5-star guaranteed EX ticket, which is either good or bad. For me, I see it as a way to rip away your trust coins before you can use the limited time prisms. And also, remember, those limited time prisms could be used to make STMRs. You know, you need 4 units. That prism counts as 1. But remember, you cannot fuse a prism in to get 50% of an STMR. You have to use that prism to make a 7-star, and then use that 7-star to make an STMR. So maybe 2 7-stars go together. But if you have a 7-star and you've already fused one of the units into it to make it 50%, that prism is not going to go in there and make that last 50%. So be aware of that and be careful. So overall, very excited about this addition to the game. I know a lot of you guys are too. You never know what they're going to put in there. They could be updating it at a later date. It's a new cool way to be freeing up some unit space, which we all needed, and then also a way just to give back to us and give us some stuff that some goodies that we might want. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below how many trust coins you guys have, and if you bury me in the dirt or if I stand victorious, and then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.